Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and students. Thank you for joining us at the Celebration in Learning 2017. At this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Daniel Corr, President of Arizona Western College.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I am the proud president of Arizona Western College, and I tell you, it is truly my pleasure and honor to be here with you tonight. I started at the college just this past July, so this is my first such celebration of learning, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be here. Arizona Western College is made up of many wonderful things. We have a phenomenal faculty and staff and great facilities, such as this one that we had the honor of opening up just this past year. But when you boil it all down, Arizona Western College is about the students. And it's why we exist, to serve the many communities that we do serve. It's about our service to students, and tonight is no different. It is about the celebration of our students. Tonight is a culmination of a lot of hard work, a lot of effort, some ups and downs, I'm certain, but tonight is about celebrating the successes. We're very to our students, we're proud of you. We're proud of you, and we're eager to see where your next steps take you, whether it's onto a baccalaureate degree or into the workforce, to become a contributing member of this community or other communities. So tonight, please know that Arizona Western College is proud of you, our students, and I look forward to spending this evening with you. And Jose told me when I got up here, he said, I need to be enthusiastic and get the crowd excited. So I'm not sure I've accomplished that, but are we feeling excited? All right, he's giving me a look as though I've done okay. So I'll take okay, and again, enjoy the evening. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Good, awesome. Good evening again. My name is Jose Lizarraga. For those that don't know me, most of you guys do know me. I am the Student Services Specialist here for La Paz County. Whew, that was hard to say with my lips, right? I'd like to take the time to recognize a few individuals, starting with our members of the District Governing Board present. Melissa Wright. Mr. Richard Lamb. Okay. And Diana Doucette, who's the Interim Chief Finance Director. Brian Duke, who is the Vice President for Student Services. And of course, Dr. Daniel Corr, President. Lorraine Chandler, AWC volleyball coach. Susana Zambrano, the Dean for South Yuma County. Mr. Paul Olson, Principal of Parker High School. Ms. Lillian Miller, Arizona Outwork Director. Chief Hess. Chief Hess is back there. And then I would also like to recognize all of our local staff here: Billy Esquera, Sabrina Del Leon, Robin Cooper, Bede Eras, Melody Villaneta and TV Services, Mercy and Dion, Javier, Steve and Gary, and of course my boss, Kathleen OCAMPO. I had to say that. Okay, how about we get the show started, right? I'd like to introduce our first student speaker. She'll be transferring to my alma mater, Arizona State University. Go Devils. Ms. DESARAY BRAULT, who is a candidate for an Associate's in Arts in Psychology and Sociology.
I guess I'll just hold it. Yeah. Okay, hi. I think it's safe to say that we've all worked really hard to make it where we are tonight. So congratulations to everyone who's put in all the work that it takes to achieve this goal. I know that I personally have put in a lot of effort, late nights, early mornings, a lot of tears, hard work, and dedication to achieve this goal that I set for myself. But through my journey, I've also put in a lot of laughter, smiles, and now something to show for all of the work that it took for me to get to where I am today. I feel like I finally made it, and I know everyone else here that's getting a degree of some type today feels the same way. For most of us, the journey doesn't end here. A lot of us have just a few years left, while a lot of us have a long way to go. But no matter how long the journey takes, go ahead and push through it. I remember sitting in class my freshman year and thinking that getting my associate's degree was going to take forever. But now when I take the time to look back on the beginning of my journey, I feel that time has gone by so quick. It feels like just yesterday I graduated high school, and now here I am receiving my associate's degree. It took a lot for me to get to this point in my life, but I'm very glad that I chose the path I'm on. I graduated high school a year early and started college at AWC the same summer. I've been a full-time student since I first started, taking 4 classes every semester, and I even took summer classes every chance that I got, and I'm taking one this summer as well. It took a lot of work for me just to get to AWC, but I'm glad that I made it here. AWC was one of the best choices I've made because it's cheap, really close to home, and you can tell that all the faculty and staff here is they're really here to help you to get to where you want to be in life. AWC has offered a really flexible schedule for me so far, and I'm coming out of college without any debt. My first 2 years of college, yeah, that's nice. My first 2 years of college are completely covered, and I couldn't have done that anywhere else but AWC. This college has helped me a lot, and when I look back on all the classes I took, I feel relieved because even though my classes felt really overwhelming and stressful sometimes, I feel like they flew by and they were really easy. My journey doesn't end at AWC, like Jose said. I'm moving on to ASU, and I'm actually already registered for a class for the fall semester. When the student counselor at ASU and I were looking over what classes that I needed to take to get my bachelor's degree, we realized that I've already taken a lot of classes that I needed for my bachelor's degree. So AWC hasn't only brought me to obtaining my associate's degree, but they even helped me with part of my bachelor's degree. None of my accomplishments I've made up to this day in my life have ever come easily or naturally. They required a lot of focus and hard work, and it's moments like right now when I get the privilege to stand here and tell you all about my journey and receive the degree that I've wanted for so long that makes everything so beyond worth it. My ultimate goal is to obtain my bachelor's degree and to go out and experience all the amazing things I can do with my education. I'm expected to graduate from ASU with my bachelor's degree in the spring of 2019 when I'll only be 20 going on 21. I'm really happy I went down this path and expect myself to keep pushing through because even it was all worth it. All the late nights and early mornings that felt so stressful and overwhelming at times is so worth it in the long run. I'm very excited to have finished this chapter in life and to get to begin another one. I'm really happy and proud for myself and for everyone who's here tonight who has achieved the same goals as me, and for those who have aspirations and dreams as big as or even bigger than mine. We've all worked really hard, and now is the time that we finally get to celebrate all of our hard work and dedication. Thank you all for being here to help celebrate the graduating class of 2017. Thanks, Nana and Dad, for always being my biggest supporters and always reminding me that my hard work would pay off in the end. And a special thank you to AWC for always being very helpful and amazing and for doing whatever you could to help me through my journey.
What a great speaker, right? She's amazing. Okay, our next student speaker, he can be seen every morning inside our computer lab, doing his homework, of course. And we're going to miss this guy so much. We really are. Mr. LYDELL. Okay, hold on. I've been practicing this. SAKIESTEWA, right? Candidate for Associates in Arts.
Hello, everybody. My name is LYDELL, SAKIESTEWA. Lately, it seems like I've been, my profession has been nothing but a student, although it be a farmer, a partner, a dad. I just want to say thank you, everybody that's all here in attendance, and my family for coming. When I got asked to write this, I didn't know really what to write. I didn't know really what they wanted, so what I wanted to give you was something that was just truthful, something that is a pursuit that took me a long time. It's somewhat personal, but it's every bit the truth. So I'll go ahead and start. I wrote when we were all children, we were asked, what do we want to be when we grow up? We are placed in an educational system to grow and mature as young adults, as well as build the tools necessary to become a responsible person in this life. The plan that is implemented and the course of action taken differs for each of us. Some gravitate towards academics such as math, English, and history, while others towards vocational work, welding, auto shop, agriculture. For me, I believe it is important to focus your education on what makes you happy. For myself, I was really undecided about the path I wanted to pursue. Coming from a family of educators myself and healthcare workers that pursued higher education to better their lives, I felt a deep pursuit to follow in their footsteps and become just like them. I grew up with a mother with a background in education, and I saw the joy she possessed in molding a child for the future. I also seen my grandmother, who has had a passion for healthcare with an equal frustration of a love for her career. However, those were not my passion. I grew up around farming since I was a young child and saw that agriculture had to offer. I was taught about agriculture regarding livestock and growing alfalfa. I was immersed with the lifestyle, the hard work that it took to become successful in these adventures. The plans our parents have for many of us sometimes not coming to realization. There will always be obstacles to overcome. For examples, lack of funding for classes or a traumatic and sometimes positive event that impacts our lives. Whatever the cause may be, the personal decisions we hold make us accountable. I stand here today as a 34-year-old man because of the choices I made and the addiction I picked up the first time I was given the opportunity to seek higher education. After I graduated high school, I attended Yavapai Community College. I was there for almost 2 years before I was put on academic probation due to poor grades. At that point in my life, drinking became a priority instead of my academics. The only class I attended was weight training, but I was so consumed by my addiction, I was not showing up to the weight room. I had failed out of community college. Who fails out of community college? A few years later, I came back to our small town, to my home, to my childhood room, with all the same smells and posters still hanging on the walls. I was in a place of despair and took jobs with little responsibilities. I was lost and I began drinking more and more, which put a heavy strain on my relationship with my parents. My mom and dad were losing trust in me. After some time, I slowly began to get better. I cut back and got back into a healthier routine. I began to see the light at the end of the tunnel for what I wanted to do, for something I wanted to pursue. With my road on recovery, I had a major setback when my dad died in 2005. I really stopped caring and I wanted to go away to not have to deal with anything that reminded me of my loss. My new routine just became work, drinking, and working. I really didn't care anymore. It wasn't until I started a relationship and then became a father to my first child that I sought to get sober, which in turn made me feel better. I went back to farming and rebuilt my relationship with my grandfather. I would go down and help him out with the farm and become more involved with daily operations. It was he who convinced me to take classes here at AWC and go on the path I wanted to do. I was hesitant because of my past college experience. I did not want to think of this as a waste of time. I finally realized when I started classes I was doing this with a purpose. I got serious and started to use my brain. I found something that I was good at again and was satisfied with the results. I then asked myself, why didn't I not do this right the first time? I had no answer. I knew that I was finally becoming a successful at education again. I chose a major with AWC and did the best I could to finish. I was only able to take so many classes per semester due to my obligation with work and being a father. With a degree that should only take 2 or 3 years to complete, I'm happy to say that after 5 years, I'm finally done. I know that this may be just a simple degree, but to me, it's a plan and a goal that I accomplished. With all the hardships life throws at us, I can say that it's possible for anyone who has a desire to start an academic dream to finish it. Maybe 2 years and 5 in my situation, it can be done. To me, the hardest part is just showing up with a strong determination to succeed, and anything is possible. Thank you.
My voice is going to get cracky now. Oh, you can hear me. Good job, Javi. You know how I feel about those speakers. Our next speaker, our community speaker, who is also a candidate for an Associate's in General Studies. She is a part of our district governing board and a great active community member. You will find her promoting La Paz Regional Medical Services and her photography business on the side. It's really amazing, too. She takes great photos and promotes a healthy lifestyle. Aside from all of this, I have had the privilege to get to know this person, I miss this person, more in our public speaking class. I have to take public speaking. Otherwise, I'd be crying, bawling, and I'd probably get fired today. But I'm actually doing okay right now, right? Anyways, right, until that last part. That wasn't on my script. Anyways, she is intelligent, she speaks well, and she's a world traveler. Fun fact I learned about her is that she got married in a castle. Hashtag, you go, girl. Next, to present, oh, no, well, you know who she is, Miss Melissa Wright.
So whenever I showed up, I made sure to let Jose know that I expect him to tell Miss Price, Miss Melody, whenever we go to our next class on Tuesday, it's our last public speaking class, I'd like to get extra credit for this. So, so hi, smile. So I know a lot of the faces here in the room, but for those that don't know me, my name is Melissa Wright. I've lived in Parker for quite some time, years and years, since I was on and off since I was about 8 years old. And I'm 35 years old. So I work full-time at La Paz Regional Hospital. I own my own photography business, like Jose said. I'm also a governing board member for Arizona Western College. I've been married for almost 16 years, and I have a 14-year-old son. And I'm going back to school. So needless to say, I'm very busy. But in this day and age, it's not uncommon to find people working more than one job. And I actually can't think of many friends that only work the normal 9 to 5. Sometimes I feel like I'm spending my time balancing spinning plates and just trying not to let something fall. And sometimes I succeed, and sometimes some of those plates fall. There are many times that it would have been so much easier to just miss the deadline, to skip an assignment. And believe me, I've checked how many points I could miss and still pass with a good overall grade. Or to just give up. I've loved some of my classes, I've cried about some others, and I've just definitely stressed over more than a few. And I could have given up, but I didn't, and neither did you guys. I recently watched a TED Talk by the author Angela Duckworth. This talk inspired me to read her book, Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance. She studies cadets at West Point, rookie teachers in difficult schools, National Spelling Bee contestants, and more. And of this, she says, in all those very different contexts, one characteristic emerged as the best predictor of success. It wasn't social intelligence, it wasn't good looks, it wasn't physical health, and it wasn't IQ. It was grit. Grit is passion and perseverance for very long-term goals. Grit is having stamina. Grit is sticking with your future day in and day out, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years. And working really hard to make that future a reality. Grit is living life like it's a marathon and not a sprint. So whether you're continuing on with your education, like myself, or you're moving on into a career, it all takes grit. And you've already proven that you have this. This is one of my biggest life lessons learned. Nothing worth anything comes easy, but don't be intimidated if it's hard. If it makes you feel stupid, if it wears you down, if it's embarrassing, or even if it makes you cry. Dig deep down and find that grit, and with that, you will succeed. So to sum things up, in the words of my very favorite YouTube vlogger, Casey Neistat, I don't know if any of you watch him, I know my son does, but do more and work harder. Thank you.
Awesome. Next to present our La Paz County Student Dedication to Higher Education Award, Ms. KATHELINE OCAMPO.
Perfect. So what do I say about this individual who is receiving this award this evening? The person was up here speaking already. This individual, as you will remember from his speech, while he has taken 5 years to complete his associate's degree, he has continued to persevere. And he has done what Melissa just mentioned, has persevered with grit. We do see him in the lab every single morning. He comes and he checks with us to make sure that he is staying on track. And I will tell you, he is the student that actually requests the most books from the library throughout the semester. Every time a book comes in, we don't even have to see who it's for because we know it's for LYDELL. I continue to be, you know, his passion that he has continues to, for myself, I'm very pleased with. He's someone that I look at and say, you know what, LYDELL, keep going. You're an inspiration to myself, as well as your peers, as well as other students. He's laughing right now, but I'm serious, LYDELL, okay? He's the quiet guy you gotta watch out for. He's the one who will be back in the corner with his headphones in, working on that computer, but I don't have to, he's not one of the ones I have to go in there and say, LYDELL, are you working on your work right now? Print your final exam review packet, right? No, he knows and he does that for himself. So as I said, I continue to be very inspired by his dedication. I'm sure we will continue to see him because his passion for education and his passion for continuing to learn more is there and it will continue to be present. So at this time, I'd like to recognize LYDELL SAKIESTEWA. I'm sorry. I would like to call Jose Lizarraga back up to the podium. Since he's introducing everybody and nobody introduced him besides himself.
Thank you, Kathy. Okay. Our recipient for the Outstanding Student Achievement Award is the class act. This student has been stepping outside her comfort zone since I met her. When I was introduced to her, all I thought about was, wow, look at that. Look at all that hair. After much discussion, she disclosed her concerns about attending an actual classroom setting. She likes her online courses, and when she opened up to the idea about doing her science classes in person, she did not seem very enthusiastic. However, throughout the academic year, I've seen her every Tuesday and Thursdays. She makes it a habit to swing by the front and greet all of our staff. This student embodies what an active, avid learner is and excels in and outside the classroom. This year's recipient for the Outstanding Student Achievement Award is Ms. Itzel Santos. Look at her hair. Oh, why do I want to cry? Okay, at this time, I'd like to invite Ms. Diane Doucette, the interim finance director. She'll be presenting the Presidential Scholarship Award.
I must say I'm very glad to be here this evening and be participating in this celebration with you all. I don't know this person personally, and I wish I did because I'm sure you worked really hard to get where you're at. But it is my privilege to present to Victoria Ferris the Presidential Scholarship for Arizona Western College. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Diana Doucette and Ms. La Paz County. Okay, let's see, we're on track, good. To present our dual and concurrent enrollment for Parker High School is our principal from Parker High School, Mr. Paul Olson.
Good evening, and thank you for this opportunity for me to share with you a little bit about our history and our progress made in offering college courses to our students at Parker High School. In 2013, we were able to start with our first college course, which was English 101. And for me, this was a nice stepping stone towards trying to get more college courses available at the high school. Not only so that it was inexpensive to allow students to begin their college, but also, as I listen this evening to these stories, it's an inspiration to that if we can get kids to start taking college classes at the high school, that I hope will encourage them to realize that they can go on to a community college or university and be successful at this. So to me, that's a great opportunity for our students to get that encouragement to be able to say they can do this and go on. In 2014 then, we offered our second college course, English 102. And we started this out as a online course with an English teacher facilitating it. One of the things required for a dual enrollment course, a concurrent course, is that the teacher has a master's degree. In a small community like Parker, it's difficult for schools to hire teachers at the high school that have master's degree. So, and Dr. Schatz, who was the principal who's got this started at the time, was able to work with AWC and facilitate a way to make this progress begin. The following year, in 2014-15, we were able to offer 2 math classes for college credit. We were lucky enough to have a teacher, and Mrs. Verma, would you stand, please? Mrs. Verma has a master's degree in math. And she makes this possible at Parker High School, so thank you. And then we were able to start adding criminal justice classes for our students for college credit also. Last year, we had the most success. We had political science classes, criminal justice classes, math, and English. And like I said earlier, one of the difficulties for small schools is to have a teacher with a master's degree. And when Mr. Cooper, who was our teacher for political science, when he left, we no longer had a teacher for political science because we didn't have anyone with a master's degree. So we see the difficulty there. We also see that number-wise, we have to have enough students to be able to offer the course. So this year we were not able to offer Math 183. Like Dr. Core started out, he said, you know, we have progress, we dip a little bit, and we hope to continue back. And the success is that we just finished our testing this spring, We now have 11 students qualified to take Math 151 and 20 students available to take English 101. So it's a huge success. Again, we're climbing again. And since 2013, I can proudly say and share with you that we've had 193 students that have acquired some college credit. And again, I think that's huge because I'm hoping that not only saves them money when they go on to community college or university, but also offers them encouragement that, yes, I can do this, I can make the next step. This opportunity for our students is huge. And again, it gives them more skills and knowledge at a very minimal expense. Matter of fact, our dual enrollment classes, and those of you taking classes right now are going to be shocked at this probably, but it's only $25 a credit while you're in high school. And starting next year with our concurrent courses, that's where they take it online and we use an AWC professor. Our students in the past have always had to pay AWC tuition costs. But thanks to Dr. Kaur, he lowered that concurrent course to $25 a credit. Dr. Kaur, thank you for your leadership. I also want to take this time to put a plug in for our WAVE JTED district because for our criminal justice classes, students taking a criminal justice class at $25 a credit for college courses, that tuition for Arizona students is waived due to our JTED district. So thank you, because that's your tax dollars that work for our JTED district, so thank you. It truly has been a joy to see so many of our students at Parker High School participate in the dual enrollment and concurrent courses. We are continuing to work at ways to expand and offer classes, even though we may not have a large number of students, by trying to expand this with Antelope Union High School District. The superintendent there, Dr. Smith, has been working with me, and also the superintendent at Siloam High School, Bicentennial Union High School, Mr. Maines. We're hoping that eventually we'll be able to offer courses with them through interactive television, and so we can get the number of students and be able to offer these courses to our students. So overall, I really am excited about what we're offering high school students in college courses. Before closing, I need to again thank Dr. Elliot Nelson from AWC, who was a big part of this. He was a big supporter. Also, Mrs. Ocampo and her staff, thank you very, very much, because without these people, this would not be possible either. So thank all of you very, very much. Okay. I'll be the handshaker.
So to give you guys an idea as to how many students actually go through and participate in either dual credit or concurrent credit throughout the academic school year, some were actually able to attend and we will recognize them, but we'll also recognize the other students who were unable to attend this evening. So I apologize if I say your name incorrectly. Stevie Davis. Leighton Edwards. Savannah Flores. Salma Gonzalez. Cameron Hansen. Francine Harper. I know this one's here. Sydney has no horses. Sydney, are you back there? No? No? Okay. So would somebody from her family like to come up and accept that? LYDELL. Okay, awesome. That's what we call recruitment. He's next. Kiana Herder. James Hoban. Sarah Hunter. Lawrence Liston. Sorry. Yay, Larry. Skylar Metz. Natalie Nelson, Robert Ruiz, Hayden Sale, Cassandra Schwazdale, thank you. Wyatt Thomas. Ooh, Wyatt. Calvin Williams. Idalis Yazi. Here she comes. Jose's going to come up here and start singing for y'all. He wants to, believe me. Julissa Alanese. Jared Nelson. Brandon Roper. Evangeline Taylor Hermes. Elias Martinez. Adriana Williams. Anna Serrano. I'm just going to keep saying names after I run out of certificates so you guys can keep clapping. Juan Camacho. Lydia Campos. Frankie Diaz. Lorena Flores. Lucas Harper. Okay. Mateo Hernandez. James Jones. Oh, there we go. Real up close and personal there, Dion. Madison Luna. Kiana Martin. Angelica Mesa. Malati Ocampo. Right? She's in class tonight. Her mom didn't let her skip class. Right? So she's taking her math class right now.
I think Dad wants to get
Oh yeah, Dad wants it. Because he helps her with their math. We're going to Photoshop her face on his body. Jose Ortiz. Roel Ramon. Nathan Smith. Ryan Sorensen. Ashley Stewart. You want to accept that one too? No? Okay. She's kind of part of the family also. Ariana Villafaña. Oh, she's not here. She's not here, but woo! Oh, she's here. Okay. Brittany Wilson. Sandra Regalado. She's at work? She's at work. Soraya Rodriguez. Our working youth. Maria Hernandez. Okay, here she comes. Sorry, I'm having a semi-mom moment. I told one of the ladies that are part of the team that I would fill in as proxy mom for her daughter and take pictures. But I'm up here saying people's names, so my husband's going to be proxy mom. Yeah. Right there. You can't get a side shot. You got to get the full front shot. From the top, angle down. Okay? All right, perfect. Ana Briones. He said, go back. We have Joseph Salcido. And then one more OCAMPO. She's the 8th grader of the bunch, Gabriella. Woo. She comes to math excitedly 4 days a week. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much.
That's awesome. Congratulations to all the high school students with the dual and concurrent enrollment. As you can tell, you don't have to wait to high school to take classes, right? We got a little 8th grader at the Wallace Junior High. Bring in the LaPera kids. Who are the LaPera kids? Any LaPera kids here? Woo, LaPera! Yeah, I only went there till I was 3rd grade. But let's move along. And I need those 2 girls to follow me everywhere because they're super loud, and I appreciate that. Like everywhere, okay? Our next presenter will recognize our Parker High School staff and faculty, Ms. Kathleen Ocampo.
I know, I cry too whenever Jose stops talking. Without these individuals, we could not make dual credit or concurrent credit at our local high schools happen. So I'd like to recognize some of the individuals, and I'd like to start with Mr. Paul Olson for Parker High School. Thank you. And this one, she rocks at math, right? Every time I tell people, I'm like, yay, Miss Verma, awesome, right? She's hard, but she's great, right? But it's okay, though. So thank you so much, Miss Punita Verma. And I'd like to recognize 2 other faculty members that do help with the process. We do have Jose Martinez, who offers the dual credit criminal justice courses at the high school. He could not make it here this evening. He did text me. He's probably doing some serious police business, and I didn't ask. And then also Mr. James Badger. He does assist with the online English Honors 3 and English Honors 4 class that takes place at the high school. So Mr. Paul Olson, will you please come up and accept these for those two individuals? Thank you so much. So at this time, I'd also like to recognize some members of my team. If you guys will please stand. I know Jose said your names earlier. So Billy Escara, stand up and stay up, right? Awesome. Robin Cooper, she's trying to mold the minds of yous right now. Right? Bernice Eras, she's standing already. Thank you, Bernice. Mercy Alcorn, please stand. Thank you. Let's see. Sabrina De Leon, where you at? There she is in the back. Okay. Melody Villaneda, please stand. And then Javier Penalosa, please stand. So they had no idea that I was going to call them and tell them, please stand, right? Keep standing. They're like, I'm sitting, my feet hurt, I've been wearing heels all day. So have I, girls. So this is what I would like to recognize my team about. We not only push education and tell people in our community how great education is, whether it's lifelong learning opportunities, so if you want to come and learn how to sew, participate in trades programs like our Fire Academy and EMT, or pursue academic pathways. All of these individuals who I've mentioned and who are standing also participate in that process. So they are part of that struggle with you guys. So if you have any questions regarding how they're doing, or if you want to share some of your stories, right? Late nights, very early mornings, you want to talk to them about transferring to NAU, or just how they did it with a lot going on, full-time jobs, full families, things like that, come and see one of them, because they are also taking classes and pursuing their education while working here.
Thank you, Kathy and staff. And the wonderful staff at Parker High School. Thank you so much. To stay along the lines with our Parker High School students, I'd like to invite Ms. LORAYNE Chandler, Arizona Western College head volleyball coach.
Hello, thank you all for having me tonight. This is my first time to be here in this Parker Center, and it's very, very nice. We got to do some work there at main campus. So I'm here tonight to recognize one of my freshman athletes that I've asked to come and be a part of our Arizona Western volleyball team. And I have to give most of my recruiting credit to Coach Maya, the high school Parker volleyball coach here. She, from what I've gathered, runs a really, really great program. Before I was at Arizona Western, I was the head volleyball coach at Gila Ridge. And we occasionally would have tournaments when Parker were in those tournaments at Lake Havasu. And they were always a very, very competitive team. And so I had an email from Coach Maya saying, I have an athlete. You need to take a look at some of her film. And so when we got through season, I had a chance to take a break and take a look. And sure enough, she has a great athlete for me. And I was very, very pleased to be able to finally have a Yuma local to be a part of our volleyball team. And that doesn't happen very often. And we're really, really thrilled to have Alicia with us. So once I got the film, I had a chance to contact her and ask her to come to campus and view everything that we have. We looked at different departments. We spent basically the whole day. I don't know if they knew what they were in for, but we had mom and sister and nephew there, and we spent all day at AWC. And by the end, her sister was saying, just do it, just do it. And her mom was saying, let's think about it. And so a couple days later, she committed, and we couldn't be happier to have her part of our roster. So this award is to recognize Alicia for you being a part of our volleyball team. Come on up. we have our first home game September 20th against Pima Community College. So please come out.
Awesome. Congratulations, Alicia. Me and her go way back, way, way back. I was her volleyball coach and took her on for club coach too for the past 3-4 years, and been a long journey between us two. So congratulations. I'm super proud of you. Okay. Microphone's live. Ready?
I'm his sidekick.
Yes, yes. Okay. Let's see. Up next, we'll be recognizing all of our students, finally. To recognize our La Paz County Adult Education, I'd like to welcome up Arizona at Work and La Paz County Career Center Director, Ms. Lillian Miller.
Thank you, Jose. Good evening, everyone. He said Director of La Paz Career Center, soon to be retired Director of La Paz Career Center. After 27 years, I'm calling it quits. So June 15th will be my last day at La Paz Career Center. It definitely has been a journey. My job, as far as I'm concerned, has been a very important job in the community, connecting and engaging job seekers with employment, and also those students who fail to complete their high school education, an opportunity or a second chance to achieve a high school equivalency. And I must say to you that it is not easy. We have had over 125 students enrolled throughout the year. Of that 125 students, only 16 started to make progress with taking their high school equivalency testing. This year, we did add in January as a part of the testing, civics. All the students who were engaged in completing for their high school equivalency also have to take the civics class and pass that as high school students do in order to graduate. So they threw another curve in there. So we have a lot of students who have passed the 4 main core classes for their high school equivalency, but they have not taken and passed the civics. So we will have more students that should attain their high school equivalency by the end of this program year for us. So tonight I would like to recognize the 5 students who did successfully complete and have attained their equivalency. Not sure that they're all present. And we've already had a ceremony to recognize our students earlier. So I don't have anything to present to them because they have received those certificates. I am standing here tonight for Danielle Grissom, who is the program manager for Adult Education Program at the Career Center. We did, as I said, last week had a celebration for our students. So tonight I just want you to see their faces and applaud them for their successes because it has not been an easy journey. So tonight, if I call your name, if you're here, please come forward. Princess Grissom, Jennifer Gibbons, Heather Santos, Trinidad Armenta, Michael Evanston. And I'm thankful that Michael took time out of his busy schedule to be here tonight and that he does see this as a significant milestone in his life. Most individuals who attain a high school equivalency are either adults, and coming to a celebration such as this, sometimes they feel that it degrades them, but it doesn't. They don't realize they have made a major achievement in their life, which give them an opportunity to pursue better employment and also to move on with their education, such as Michael will be doing here at Arizona Western College. And I applaud you for your success. Thank you.
If I could add on more on Michael, the minute he got his diploma, he came running to our office. I need to sign up for classes right now. We're like, hold on, they don't start till the summer. The next semester, he goes, well, sign me up. So we're super excited. We're gonna have him in the summer and then in the fall and then until he achieves his next degree. Well, she's already up here, but I was gonna call her up here. I know this is not part of the program, but we do want to recognize somebody, an individual who has dedicated 27 years to our community. She knows my whole family. I'm 13 out of 14 kids, and she knows all of my brothers and sisters. And she's just an amazing person. She's done great things for this community, as I said before. And I don't know, I'm getting nervous now, so Kathy, can you add on more to that?
She doesn't only lead the Career Center and its many changes and evolutions that it's gone through in regards to names and services and things like that. She also does a lot of things in the community. One of the things that she's known for, I'm sure by everybody, is that she does foster and adopt a lot of children within our community. She gives them homes, very solid homes, even though she's very stern at times, but it's good sternness and it comes from a really good place and it's love in her heart. I can't speak anymore because I'm gonna cry too. So at this time, I'd like to call up Miss Lillian Miller as we present her with the Certificate of Recognition for Years of Dedication and Service to the La Paz County community. Thank you, Miss Miller.
Yeah, and I had the privilege to work with Miss Lillian Miller the past 6 years. I used to work for Child Protective Services, so I would call her at 3, 4 in the morning, Miss Miller, I got another kid. She goes, bring him on over, Jose. You know, and then at 8 o'clock, you got clothes for him? I'm like, I'm sleeping. But no, thank you for everything, really. You are an amazing person. Okay, next to recognize our AWC Fire Academy students, I'd like to welcome up Chief Kevin Hess.
Thanks, Jose. I'd like to have those 4 good-looking young men come up here with me. You're not young. You're my age. I have some certificates of recognition for these guys. But first, I want to tell you some of the things they do. They get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. They run mile after mile. Then they lift lots of weights. Then they get to take a shower, eat a little breakfast, come to class for 8 full hours after that. So typically our Saturday classes are almost 12-hour days. And then our Thursday classes are 4 hours until almost 10 o'clock at night. They have a lot of homework. There's like 30 chapters in their book, and they have to complete all of that, along with all the physical fitness training that they have to go through. Only 4 of the 10 students are here tonight. Most of the others are already working, and that's an awesome thing. These guys will soon be working too. I always tell them anyone who passes their national registry test for EMT will be guaranteed to get a job. So it's really an awesome thing. I've had the opportunity to work for the college for the past 12 years, certifying well over 100 firefighters who are all employed, and that's really awesome. So thanks. It's been a real blessing, and I decided that my calling in life, more importantly, was being a teacher even than being a firefighter and ultimately a fire chief. So I really do love what I do, but I want to mention all of these cadets tonight. First of all, Dorita Castro, who is currently working. She does work for the ambulance. We nicknamed her Dorita the Destroyer, because that girl had more perseverance and grit than any girl I've known in a long time. She would make it. You could see her suffering when she was running, but she would not quit. Of course, our class clown, Michael Freeze. That boy can dance like you cannot believe, and he'll do it when you least expect it. So, and then Joseph Hall, who isn't here tonight, was one of our other class clowns. Really enjoyed having him. Giovanni Ruelas, Gio, as we called him. Very proper. You cannot mess that guy's hair up no matter what you try. It lives through a fire helmet. It lives through sweat. It's amazing. I'm not sure his hair is human. So, man, I'll tell you what, I even think about the work he did and my hair gets messed up. Then Gabriel Salazar Polito, he is also working tonight. Mark Chaffeau is here with us. Mark was voted our most improved student this year. He really grew up a lot this year. I enjoyed having him in class. Dakota Scott was our co-valedictorian this year. There he is. Dakota also has a job at AMR Ambulance right now. Then we had Joshua Singanari, who was his co-valedictorian. I've had this happen twice in 12 years, where two students scored absolutely the same grade, 97%. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully he'll do like the last two did. They even scored the exact same score on their state fire test, so it was pretty awesome. Angelo Urias is not here tonight, and Savannah Wilson is working tonight. So I'd just like to hand out the certificates that I have. First of all, to Giovanni Ruelas. Mark Chaffeau. Dakota, do tell, what does that Z stand for in your name? Zachary. Gotta look for yours again. There he is. He is a good dancer, believe me. We'd be lifting weights and listening to some good rock and roll, and I'd look over. We nicknamed him Mr. Freeze, and he had more rhythm. I swear he should not be white. Anyway, I love these kids. They're awesome kids. I have a great time with my classes. We spend over 500 hours together, to include going down to Yuma for the testing. I have to supervise them in their motel rooms. We go out to eat together. We camp together. It's an incredible class. I say it's not a class, it's an adventure, but thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief Hess. Okay, for our congratulatory recognition, I would like to invite Kathy Ocampos, members of the DGB, not you, Melissa, President Clore, Brian Duke, Diane Doucette, to join me in the front as we recognize our candidates. To recognize our students, please welcome Miss Billy Esquera. And Susie Zambrano, too. Okay.
Because I like the microphone so much, almost as much as Jose. We just want to make sure you can hear us okay, Mr. Lamb. Come closer. Come here. Come here. I'm actually going to take this time to recognize one of my team members who stood up this evening as I put him on the spot, right? I'm also going to put her on the spot again this evening. I've known Robin Cooper for many years. She actually started on her journey for education when I first, actually, right when I first started. Should I tell everybody? I started working here when I was 18, okay? I'm not aging anybody, Robin. She actually started taking classes with us around 11 years ago. 11 years ago. Upon taking classes, she was also one of our fitness instructors. She taught aerobics for us. She helped me move a lot of tables, right, to make sure her aerobics room was ready and good to go. But 11 years ago, she started on her journey to work towards her associates. While she's seen some many ups and downs, she finally made math her friend. She did. She likes to deny it, but she did make math her friend. And today, I should say actually this summer, she will be graduating from NAU with her bachelor's degree. So Robin Cooper, please come on up. It's recruitment, see? We get them early all the time. She's going to come up here for her award one day, too. So at this time, I'd like to turn it over to Billy Ascara. She is going to be our wonderful presenter of names.
Okay, in my speech class that Melody was the teacher in, she said to prepare notes, everything. I found out today when I was handed the program that I was doing this. So, sorry, Miss Price, but I did pass the class. So it is my pleasure to recognize the associate degree candidates. DESARAY BRAULT. LYDELL SAKIESTEWA. Congratulations, LYDELL. Itzel Santos. Congratulations. Turn around for a second. Hold on, Itzel. Alex Murphy. He is not here tonight, but he will be transferring into NAU on Yuma campus. Vanessa Meza. Congratulations. Hold on. You got to smile. And Melissa Wright. Congratulations. And our certificate recipient, William Lee. Thank you, that is all. I'll bring Jose back up.
Nicely done. Nice. You did well.
Oh my God, calm down. Oh my God, as you can tell, I'm an emotional being. I cry for everything, I really do. I cry for weddings, quinceañeras, graduation, soap operas, movies, you name it. I'm a big crybaby. You'll see me at the corner with a box of tissues. You really do. So how about we close out this ceremony with the person that made all this happen. She just wants me to say that. Miss Kathleen OCAMPO.
I did not tell him to say that, by the way, Jose. Yeah. Meeting on Monday, right? So I'd like to make my closing comments really quick, very brief, because you guys have been here a really long time, and you guys should be here to recognize the students and their accomplishments. So has anybody watched Kung Fu Panda 1, 2, and 3? Anybody? Yes. Then you guys will know who Master Oogway is, right? Okay. So let me tell you what Master Oogway said. He said, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it's called the present. With that being said, it's a great day to be a matador. Have a good night.